Good morning, Scrambling Dads listeners. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, drop us a like, and catch the full episodes on YouTube and Spotify. Welcome back to another episode of Scrambling Dads podcast. We hope everyone is doing well this week. As those of you that are watching can see, we got Mikey B with us again.
We're back.
We're gonna talk a little bit of parenting, some general catch up. I mean, we got Mike went on a cross country road trip here to move. We're gonna hear all about that. Talk about some golf trips, and the first thing I want to start off with, though, is, Jason, we talked last week about what the mental health episode kind of did for us. And we talked through reaching out, and one comment that was made on Spotify, and I want to read it verbatim because I thought it was very nice. It was posted by user Benson Dakes. And it says, "There's something deeply powerful about listening to the vulnerability of grown men opening up about pain, love, marriage, fatherhood, loss, and everything in between. It's not just conversation, it's healing in motion. When men feel safe enough to drop the mask and speak from the heart, it creates space for real connection, understanding, and growth. These moments remind us that strength isn't just about silence or endurance. It's also about honesty, reflection, and letting others in." Thank you.
Wow.
Thoughts? Yeah, that I read that and I was honestly a little speechless. Very eloquently worded, and it means a lot. I appreciated that.
Yeah, that's way better worded than I would have said, but I felt the same way, not being on that episode, listening to that as I'm driving across the country. It was just one of those things where I'm in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing around. It's like, whoa, okay, this is where we're going with this episode. All right, I need to focus because this is going to be really important and impactful stuff. And I want to make sure I take it all in, and you guys did a great job with that. And it was really, really nice to listen to, because I don't know very much about Jason. That was one of the things that I just obviously just didn't know. So it was cool to be able to have that story be told. Oh wow, that's super impactful as a dad. I've got one on the way, so it's just it's one of those things where it was just nice to be able to have you be open and go through that.
Yeah, I mean that the comments that the guy left, I'm speechless, and he's not wrong. He's completely right. It's just, I've always been one to stay a little more guarded, and I'm slowly learning and maturing myself just to let down the layers and trying to make myself a little bit more vulnerable. Makes you also, I think, more approachable. Have that resting RBF going on, or the F off on the forehead. It makes you more approachable when you can let your guard down and show a little bit more of that human element, and not just kind of have that blocked emotion just festering and simmering underneath.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And we talked about that last week. I think there's obviously something cathartic about getting your feelings off your chest. So for us to go through that, and like I said last week, getting text from Mike, getting text from some of my other buddies, and then seeing this comment from a random listener is even more validating in that episode and in this process and this podcast. So I wanted to start the podcast off by thanking Benson Dakes for listening. Thank you for your kind words, and hopefully we can continue to live up to the hype here. Moving on here, I want to kick this off with a little parenting, guys. Give me a parenting fail in the past recent weeks.
I got one in 24 hours.
Let's go. Let's hear.
So obviously we moved into our new house. Our stuff got delivered on Wednesday last week. So yeah, that's why I missed jumping on last week, and we moved it this week. Stuff got delivered last week. So we slept in our house for the first time on Friday. And so it's been 5 days since we've been in the house. My daughter decided last night that she was going to wake up at 1:30 and then stay awake until 3:30 and wouldn't go to sleep until I slept in a full-size bed on the floor with her. And then she decided to skip nap today. And so my solution to that was, we're just going to she's not into daycare yet. She doesn't start daycare until tomorrow. So tomorrow's her first day at daycare. So it's the like last day of parenting. And I was like, you know what? We're just going to put on Disney Plus and you can watch as many movies as you want because I got like 4 hours of sleep. I'm exhausted. There's not enough coffee in this house. We're just going to throw you in front of the screen. And like, we are very like, her iPad is just for the airplane, like very, very minimal screen time today. 7 hours of Disney Plus movies today. So that's my hand up. We just mailed it in today.
We've all had those days. We've all had those.
I have to jump in on this one because what you just described, and last week we talked about sleep regressions and everything. Last night, Miles, everything was great. Took a bath. It was like awesome. And it was all of a sudden like 7:45-ish. He goes down. 8:30, he wakes up screaming, standing up. I'm like, okay, something's wrong. He wants to go back to sleep. I go upstairs, try to rock him. An hour later, I still can't put him down. And so the mistake I made on this one is because when he gets to our bed, he thinks it's time to play. And so I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom. I got to clean up. I need to go to sleep. It's our first day back at work. And it was just brutal. And so I brought him downstairs. He's like, oh, ready to play. He didn't go back to sleep till 12:30. But I don't know if it's a parenting fail, but probably a marital fail that Shelby had to go take care of him the rest of the night. So she went up to his room, slept on the floor with him until he passed out while I stayed in the bed.
I think we're all lying if we said we haven't slept on the floor of our child's bed before, or our child's room. I think we've all done that one.
And like, since we just moved in, her bed got finished yesterday. Like, it's legitimately, we got her first big girl bed. It's a full-size mattress that's like this far off the ground. So like, getting in and out of that bed for me, like, I have to make sure my knees and shoulders cracking on the way up don't wake her up again.
Okay, wait, you can't play the old card right now.
Yeah,
like,
that's the unfortunate part about being on this podcast is you can never really play the old card. I mean, Jason's got us beat by a decade here.
Yeah.
Now, when I said I was doing pregame therapy, I was literally doing pregame therapy. I took an Epsom salt bath because my back and sciatica are just killing me. Then after I got Miles to bed, when I texted that, I was on our bedroom floor with one of those C-spine stretchers and a heat pack on my low back.
I do love an Epsom salt bath, but I'm pretty tall. So like, I can only either get my lower half or my upper half in. I can't get both into a standard size tub.
I just created a visual that was not needed.
Yeah. We can't be thinking about Mike in a bathtub. That's not a pretty view. It's not a pretty view. Well, at least y'all's parenting fails. I'm going to validate y'all a little bit here. Y'all had the best of intentions, right? Mike, you've been dealing with your daughter for 2 weeks without daycare. You drove across the country. I, on the other hand, as we've been talking about sleep regressions, have resorted to mental warfare with my daughter on going to bed. And my wife has given me a hard time about this, but she won't go to bed. So I'm having to, or at least last night when she woke up for the third, fourth night in a row, and that was 6 times in the past 7 days, went in her room at 3 a.m. and took her stuffies and said, you don't get these. You're not sleeping. And I said, if you sleep through the rest of the night, you can have them back. And she didn't sleep through the rest of the night. So tonight I told her, you don't get them until you sleep through the night, because I am done with this. This has been 2 months of dealing with this sleep regression. So we are full on mental warfare in this house. And I'm fully prepared in 20 years to be talking about this after she goes to therapy for trauma.
Yeah. We always joke that we're not going to know what we did right or wrong until 20 years from now when they're in therapy. And we're like, oh, yeah. We thought that was going to be an issue, but yeah.
We're trying our best here. There's only so much we can do.
Hopefully she'll get out of it soon.
I'm ready, man. I am beat tired. Like, it's sleeping from 11 to 3 or 4 every night. That's my sleep schedule. And then I might get another hour after she wakes up. Maybe. And that's after waiting another hour to fall asleep. So full on mental warfare. At least y'all haven't got to that point, but that's my parenting fail over the past 48.
A lot's more to come, I bet.
God, I know. I'm sure Mike's ready for daycare. 2 weeks, dude. I don't know how you've done it.
Yeah. So, I mean, we recorded that episode. I was on, what, 5 weeks ago, I think? Something like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
she's
think
been
so.
out of daycare for, I think, like 14, 15 days. Yeah, 15 days. And it's at the last, I mean, today. Today was just like, all right, we're packing it in. You're getting back on schedule tomorrow. Like, we're done. I'm done.
At least y'all
You're
found a
tapped,
daycare
like-
that fast.
Oh man, that's crazy. I thought
No,
daycare was
at least. Well, I was gonna
I'd
say, at least you
say,
found
yeah.
one. I mean, when was y'all just got there 2 weeks ago? A week ago? When did you get over there?
I got here last Friday. So I've been in Texas for like 10 days, 11 days.
Did you know where you were gonna put her before you moved? Like, did y'all scout some
No.
daycares?
So long story short, because of where my wife works and I didn't know where I was going to shake out work wise, we couldn't pick a daycare because the closest daycares that we found are like 45 minutes in the opposite direction of where my wife's going to work. And so if I didn't find something job wise, like towards where daycare was, she was just going to stay home and I was just going to stay at home dad. And so we didn't advance scout daycares because we didn't know where I was going to be working. And so once we found that out, we started looking at daycares. And so we went and saw 4. I went and saw 4 last week. And then we'll go ahead and we'll start. We're out on the wait list for one of them. And they were like, we'll be honest with you, there's not going to be any spots this year. So maybe next year. We're like, all right, well, that's fine. We'll stay on the list and we'll see what happens.
So you did end up getting a job though already?
Yeah. I start not this week, but next week.
Are you staying with TaylorMade?
Yeah, I'm going to still stay with TaylorMade. I'm also going to do some big box retail stuff for the first time in 4 years. So
Looking forward to
how
it.
that goes. Yeah.
Say it one more time for us.
Say it with
Yeah, it's going to be
confidence and
fine. It's going to
conviction.
be fine. It's going to be fine.
How's the road trip? Did y'all drive together?
No, so they always fly. So my wife and daughter always fly. So this is my daughter's third move. Yeah, third move. And so her and my wife fly, and then I drive because we have a big dog.
So you made
since my
that
daughter
drive.
was born, I drove Houston to DC, and that took me like 4 days. And then DC to Vegas was 5 days, and then this last move was Vegas to here in Texas was 3 days.
That's a lot of driving. I didn't realize you did it alone because I know we were texting a little bit of it. But yeah, that's a lot by yourself. Kudos to you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I did 3 like 8.5-hour days, which isn't terrible. On the way to Vegas, I had my dad with me halfway, but those were like 10, 11-hour days. So we swapped off, a couple of those days. But yeah, I think I've driven through like 25 states or something like that. Maybe something a little bit more, a little bit less, but in the last 3 years.
I don't think most people have even been to that many in their lifetime. So that's a feat in and of itself.
Yeah, I think I vacationed to maybe a dozen or so. I mean, I've driven across the country from California to here, and then here back to California to drop my daughter off. So I've done the halfway across the country truck, and it's not fun.
No, I think this is our 8th move in 9 years or 7th move in 9 years, something like that.
Dude, we talked about this last time, but I drove 11 hours to Florida and wanted to shoot myself. So I don't know how you've done that many drives in 3 years.
I didn't have the kids and the wife in the car, in the truck, like driving. It was just like me. It's like podcast, audiobook, music. It was fine.
Yeah.
There's really nothing to see once you get past Albuquerque anyway.
No. But when you throw some kids in the mix, oh man, it extends the trip extra couple hours.
That's probably true. I think you put me in a truck by myself listening to some podcasts, I'd probably be fine. I used to do that when I was just going to Purdue. I would make that drive in one go. That was 15 hours. So, I guess, but I don't want to now.
I think as I've gotten older, that like time frame of driving, like you just said 15 hours when you were like 20, 21, 22. Like now at my age, I'm like 9, right?
That validates me a little bit because on the way home, I didn't feel it as much on the way to Florida. But on the way back, it was like 2.5, 3 hours. And like my right hip was killing me. And I was on cruise control most of the time. So it's not like I'm doing that much with my right leg. But like I was like sitting there in the truck, like massaging my hip, massaging my hamstring, like anything I possibly could to continue driving. So I couldn't imagine doing 15 hours. I'd have to stop every 2 hours just to stretch at this age.
Man, I'd say the worst was 2 years ago when I moved my oldest Maddie out. We were in a U-Haul, a boxed U-Haul with poor air conditioning from here to San Diego. Fully loaded trailer pulling her car. It took us 12 hours just to get to El Paso. I'm like, we're done. We got to go to sleep.
That sounds miserable. Those box trucks are tough.
And you can only go like 65, maybe.
I think it was 55, maybe 60 on a downhill. And then, of course, fully loaded with a car. It's like it took forever to stop or slow down.
That is miserable.
Things
Mike,
you do for your
we're glad.
kids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
exactly.
we had to. But I mean, I was so nervous the first time she got behind the wheel because I'm like, we have to switch. I can't do this. I'm like, extra space, please, extra space. This does not break. And she's never driven anything like that until then. And I was like, oh my gosh. So that first rotation, I was like white knuckled. She didn't see. I'm just like holding on, just watching a video or movie. And I'm like, oh gosh. And I'm just watching the road the whole time. Like, just, you're too close. You're too close. Just like your first driving year. Like, stop.
I was
break,
going to say,
break.
did it take you back to when she was 15 and you're teaching her how to drive?
Oh my gosh. And it's so bad. She drives like me. Just, I like to coin the term aggressive defensive driving.
Aggressively defensive. I don't think those words go together.
I'm not being offensive, but I will be aggressive in a defensive mindset so I don't cause any problems.
Yeah. So here's the problem. Now you're saying this publicly. Someone from DPS is going to hear this and they're going to send you defensive driving course immediately. This guy needs to take
been to
it
court
because aggressive defensive is not a word.
Hey, it's a new slogan for our shirt.
We can be aggressively defensive on a golf course. I guess it can make sense.
You're playing defensive golf to manage it well, but you're going to still be aggressive.
We're going to shoot at pins, but not right at the pin. But yeah. I feel like we do. I feel like we do that anyways, just unintentionally. Well, Mike, we're glad to have you back in the state of Texas. Same time zone, so you can join us. Much easier.
Same time zone is super convenient for a whole lot of reasons.
Oh God, yeah, I can imagine. Well, I got some big news for you too. Mike actually already knows this.
You teased me a little bit, and I thought it was what we've talked about, but you dropped it and said no, something new on the horizon.
No. And Mike, you can't make any faces here. Like, just hold it to yourself for a little bit.
Well, Mike's frozen on my side, so I can't see what he's doing.
So we're gonna have to do a what's in the bag update pretty soon here. I am going to
that quick
within I'm gonna say 8-9 days.
Oh
I got a new set of Strixons coming to me. Getting the ZXi7s. But I decided to do a combo set. This is where I said Mike has to hold his face. I am doing 8-9 pitching wedge and the blades. So I'm going ZXi Z-Forged combo set with the X1 shafts that I need. So we're going to see how this goes. But I should get them. We ordered them on Sunday, so I should have them, I think, they'll ship on the 15th. 2-day shipping, so should have them on the 17th. Now you can talk, Mike.
Listen, we texted back and forth. My logic as a fitter is we never combo to something smaller. Like never. We're never going from what you have, what you've been playing to what you've been hitting good to something smaller. Like golf is hard. Why? Why are we doing this? But that's okay because it's your game. You own your own game. That's fine.
The workability. I want the workability. Okay, no. Okay, here's.
You give me grief about just, hey, I want to try this. Oh, well, you got to be kidding me. And then yet you already pulled the trigger with no consultation, just saying what you have in the thought process.
There was consultation. I talked to Mike a little bit. Yeah, because I wanted to get your raw reaction on the podcast.
Anyway, I'm trying to help myself go the other way, the way Mike is telling us to go. I went out of blades and I'm going to cavity backs and I may even go to a hollow body at the 5 end just to help
Love
this
that.
old body out.
Love that.
Okay. Here, two things. One, I talked to Mike, and I talked to my old coach because we played on Sunday, and he was very adamant that I need a combo with blades. And he
just wanted the commission.
No, I didn't go through him. So he had
Okay.
zero. This wasn't through him. So he doesn't care at the end of the day. But he is probably the person that knows me the most from a competitive golf standpoint, because I've trained with him, I've worked with him. He's seen me at my best. He knows what my swing is capable of. Mike knows a lot of my launch criteria, but not necessarily like impact. So after I talked to Colin, I had to take that. And this is the logic he gave me. My pitching wedge, I want it as a true pitching or a true wedge, whether it's a Vokey, an MT5, or whatever it is. My mind was already going there. Oh, Colin was like, well, if that's where your mind's going, then get the Z forged pitching wedge, because then that's best of both worlds. You get a little forgiveness, but you get the blade-like feel. I said, okay, cool. And then he was like, if you're going to do that, why don't you get the 9 and 8 in the Z forged as well? He was like, worst case scenario, you just go get a ZXI 9 and 8 if it doesn't work out for you. So I said, okay, that's a fair concept. So my 7 through 4 are the same clubs I have. They're just the new model. So it's only 2 clubs that I'm really taking a risk on.
So let me back this up. You based your whole new set of irons on a pitching wedge, is what I'm getting.
I mean, that was part of it. The philosophy, the
I'm
logic was there.
your pitching wedge. Oh, I was with the 8-9. Oh, go ahead and add the 5.
I've had a combo set before, and I wasn't as good of a golfer, and I made it work. I played a combo set when I went on the last golf trip with you, Mike, and I played
2 years ago.
Yeah,
3,
and I was much worse of a golfer. So
almost everybody plays combos, even pros now, because it's just a better transition the way they build them.
And nobody combos down. They all combo up.
I'm comboing up. How am I comboing down? Just because you're saying I'm going from the ZXI7? Because I'm going from ZX7 to Z Forged?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, but we've talked on the pod how I have had blades in the past, and I had the ZX7s when I got fit when I was a 9 handicap, because I needed the forgiveness, but my swing is better now.
But you're old now.
It's made my swing better. My tempo's slower. Because I'm old. My back can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I have to back this up just a little bit because something just popped in my head. And I believe Mike was on the episode, the last one we had, and we talked about, you're part of your logic with getting the wedge, strictly the wedge, which is now no full set, was you wanted to work the ball more. And I remember Mike and I were talking about working the ball more is adjusting the feet and the stance versus actually the club, like working your body position, foot position to utilize that. So how are you going to change your approach now that you got blades to try to work the ball more?
Well, the blade inherently allows a little bit more workability in it because there's not as much. Like when I say workability, I'm not trying to fade a wedge. That's not going to happen. You can't move a wedge that much one way or the other. It's trajectory for me, which I will do regardless. But for me, it's trajectory. I'm looking at launch windows. I want to be able to hit my pitching wedge, but I also want to be able to hit it 140 in a flighted scenario, which I can't really do with my current setup because there's a little too much forgiveness in the head and because my shaft is way too stiff. So I can't really lay off a swing and still keep it accurate. So that's where the X1 comes into play. The bend profile is a little bit more fit to where I want to be, and the head should help me control the spin a little bit more. So I'm looking for distance control and flight window, not necessarily right-left workability.
And really, when we talk about workability like that, it's not left-right workability, it's spin window workability. Like on a general website, the blades are more workable. It's because their spin windows are tighter, but they spin more. So you can do more things. Like if you could take spin off, you can do more things with a club like that. Like you can't with like a hollow body. They're going to spin in a certain window that's going to be less than a blade in most cases. So when like they use that term workability, it's not left and right, it's spin window.
See, and that's why we have Mike on this. No, but but that is exactly, that's 100% correct. How many times have I said my clubs are too low spinning for what I need? The shaft and the head, Srixons are known to be a low spin head, at least the ZX7s. My pitching wedge spinning at 8,000 isn't enough. I need it to spin a little bit more so that I can hit more of a flighted trajectory. Because when I flight my pitching wedge now, it doesn't hold. Or it might hold, but it's going to roll out more than if I flight the Z forged wedge. So
just to be clear, it doesn't work for you with your swing and in your playing conditions.
That's all I care about. Me.
Yeah,
Me.
Well, correct. Other people are going to listen to this, and as a fitter, I can't let that go without a disclaimer. Like 8,000 for a pitching wedge could be totally fine in certain conditions with certain people.
We're going to put a massive disclaimer. Everything I say pertains to my game only. You're correct. My game. I want to be able to flight the ball lower. I already hit it high enough. I don't need 51-degree descent angle. I want to be able to hit it lower, and I want to be able to stop the ball. And I cannot do that with the ZX7s. Maybe I could do it with the ZXi7s, but I was going to take a gamble. So I'm going with my scoring irons only, pitching wedge 9, 8. We're going to see what happens.
And then does that lead to possibly a ball change?
I don't know. I've told you that I don't necessarily plan my ball for my scoring irons because of my trajectory. So I'm going to have to see where everything falls in line before I say yes or no to that. I play Pro V1X for my driver and my long irons because those are both low spinning setups and I need a low launch, high spin ball. So maybe that changes. We'll see. But I am interested because I was looking at the standard lofts and I don't know. I don't recall weakening my lofts, but like my pitching wedge, I'm going because I don't want to have to look at my phone right now. I want to say my pitching wedge was like 1 degree stronger or weaker than the Z Forged, which is a little shocking when I play ZX7. Because I want to say the Z Forged is at 37 and mine's at 38. Or 47, 48. Sorry. So that's a little weird. I didn't recall my current setup being weaker than the blades.
When was the last time you checked them?
I don't know.
Yeah, so if you're...
No. I got them checked earlier this year because I get them checked once a year at my coach's place. And they were all spot on. But that's the build spec. It's 48 degrees, 48 degree wedge.
Yeah, but that was just the question because with forged clubs, you're hitting it off mats, they will move. And so...
Yeah, they start getting stronger, not weaker though, right?
They could do anything. Like if you travel with them, you bang them in the airport, like you throw them in the trunk enough, like they can move, especially because those Srixons are pretty soft. You can get some movement out of them. Like, it won't be a ton. It'll be like degree kind of at the most, but...
Yeah. No, I generally get them checked at the start of every season. I'll get them checked. So around March timeframe. That way I know. So anyways, so I'll have those. Granted, I will say I played on Sunday and I played really well on Sunday. And I kind of told Colin, I was like, this is making me second guess getting these new clubs. These work great. And I didn't need new clubs. I had an opportunity to get some. It's going to end up being very little out of pocket by the time I sell my sets. It was one of those I'm going to take a chance and see, especially when I'm not paying that much for them. So we will see if I regret it because I'm selling my set so it can't go backwards. I'm just going to have to own it and move on.
Well, like you said, you can always match in the ZX7s back into the 8-9 position. But it'd be curious to see how those new shafts, the little slightly softer profile will work for you.
I'm very excited about the shafts because I've said it so many times on here. It takes me so much to load those X7 shafts now. Funny thing is, they're the same weight, I believe. Mike can correct me. But like the X1s are a 130 gram, and I want to say the X7s are a 131 or 130 gram. It's just a stiffer bend profile.
I've never worked with X7s, so I can't tell you. You'd have to look on the Dynamic Gold website for that, but I don't know that number off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because it might be similar to the S4s, which I think is 132. But I mean, regardless, I guess my point is it's still a heavy shaft. It's just easier to load. Yeah. For sure. So when all is said and done after this year, I think my wedge purchase is probably going to get pushed to next year. Now I'm getting the irons. But within a 12-month span of last March to this coming March, I will essentially have almost a full bag turnover, which was never intended this year, which is funny how that works out. Because I got the mini driver and now the irons, and I do need new wedges at some point. So that leaves my driver, my 2-iron, and my putter.
Well, the putter I don't think is going anywhere, but that's like me in the spring. Like I started with one thing, and next thing you know, it was not intended. Next thing you know, within 6 months, I've got a whole new bag turnover. Like this just happened. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like this, and crap. And then you just keep going and going and going. Went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I'm looking forward to these. I'm hoping that they don't really what I need. And I got to start. I think I'm going to go see my coach again towards the end of this year. I'm going to get to the off season before I mess with my swing. But the past 4 or 5 rounds, I think I've talked about it now. Like I'm shooting really well. Like I made the turn at 3 over the other day, and that was with a double bogey on the card. And I kind of did the same on the back. I was driving ball. I had one bad hole where I put a drive OB. So I want to say I shot a 39-40. So it's not where I want to be, not as a scratch golfer. It needs to be lower. But my ball striking has been good. It's like 2 bad holes around are killing my score. Outside of that, I'm ball striking well. I'm making putts. I'm chipping well. But we'll see if these really dial in the rest of my game. Hopefully they will. Hopefully those shafts give me a little bit more consistency, because it's the back end of every round that I can feel the fatigue. Could just be because I'm out of shape.
Well, speaking of good rounds, I found out today, getting back into the swing of things, my top player played Westridge. I don't know, like sometime over the summer. It might have been fairly recent. It's like your stomping ground. And he didn't play tips. I think he played one up from the tips. Are those the blues?
Yeah, blues.
Okay. He shot a course record.
What's the course record
61.
Jeez.
From the blues. What was the blues? It wasn't tips, but he didn't hit a 61.
I would like to see where...
I can't touch him.
I'd like to see where he got that. So, Mike, for your knowledge, Westridge is a 666 course. So 6 of each par. So it doesn't surprise me that someone went low there, because I'm assuming if he's your best player, he probably has length to play from the tips, and he's playing from 6,800. So like holes 1 and 6 are reachable par 5s and 2 pretty easily. Holes 4 and 10 are drivable par 4s if you have length. Like from the blues, I can almost reach it with my 2-iron. So if he's ballsy enough and he's playing well, which obviously he was if he shot a 61, he probably drove those greens. So I would love to see that scorecard and see where he picked up the birdies, because
I mean,
it'd just be interesting.
He's got length. Like it looks kind of effortless. And yeah, last year he just gained so much yardage, and he's just been keeping it up. And it's just incredible.
I don't care what the length is or what the course setup is. 61 is deep. Like it is.
No, that's what I'm saying. I want to see the scorecard to see if he used the par 5s as an advantage to eagle, which is still a feat. I want to be very clear. I'm not taking anything away from that. I'm just truly intrigued, because I grew up playing that course outside of Oak Hollow. That's where I played on Sunday. And you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want, and you can shoot good scores there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of birdie opportunities, but you have to have the talent to take advantage of that.
But where he really shines, when he gets dialed in, man, and we've talked about it, he can hit those mid to short, or even sometimes even somewhat long, low spinning wedges that just come and flight it and stop. Like it's just ridiculous. And then if he just dials in his putting, I mean, yeah, he could shoot lights out.
Dude, that's awesome. That's absolutely amazing.
I'm happy for him. I hope he keeps the momentum going.
Well, yeah, of course you do. That's your star player, it sounds like.
Yeah. Oh, by far. And I lose him after this year.
Where's he going to go? Do you know yet?
I don't know yet.
He hasn't committed anywhere.
He hasn't committed. He's talked about some schools recently, but I don't know. It may be more if he just wants to go to school someplace and just pick up golf on the side versus trying to play for a big program.
Yeah, it's always a tough one. I guess it comes down to burnout. If he feels like he's I mean, if he doesn't have a true passion to want to take it past just golf, then what's the point of putting yourself through it unless you're getting a good scholarship, I guess, and they're paying for you to go there. That changes things.
Yeah.
How was your fitting, Jason?
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you listen to it or did you miss that?
So I listened to like half of it. I put it on for our attempted nap today. And so I got like 35 minutes in before I had to like go put the TV on.
Obviously, I didn't get too much into what we had. Yeah, I was just telling Alex. Obviously, I was like more intrigued. Part of it was just fun. Check my lie angle and everything. Because I know you talked. We know that's really huge, and it was still spot on, about 2 degrees up. Did the line test with the ball, and it was like perfect vertical with a 2-degree adjusted head. But the part that I also was kind of wanted to pick your brain is, you do these logarithmic things, website, online fittings, and take just some raw measurements. Some of it says I should be a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch longer, but I don't know. I'm scared to even add plugs at the end to extend the shafts, but we didn't get into that part of it. But what was curious is the 7-iron that he had me use was spinning like at 8,000. But I just wasn't striking it well. But he ended up trying to steer me towards, what I say, it was like the Ping 530. I think he was trying to spin me to, and the Titleist, the T200, just because I think he was just trying to knock spin down just by literally putting me into a different club head. The shaft, I have a DG 120, just damn stiff. So he said that seemed fine, but at the same time, I was like, oh, maybe I want something a little bit more action. So we tried one, and I just lost control. Like, I know we've talked about it going just a step down, but I was spraying it a little too much. So yeah, he kind of like just looked at, we're just going to use the stronger loft, the different face components, and try to knock the spin down. And I was like, okay. And then so I took more information away from it, knowing that I was having a bad day. I think that was also the day I went to the chiropractor. Was that the same day I did the chiropractor?
Yeah. You did like 3 things that day.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. So I wasn't truly, some of it was like worth taking away. And some of it was like, well, I'm still not honest with myself with the way I was hitting it. But I know you also said, like last time, just swing. And even if it's the bad ones, we'll take the bad ones. But some of these were bad. Like I wasn't my swing. And then that swing even carried over to our little match that we did. Stuff was just not feeling right. So I don't know. I don't know. What are your thoughts of just selling someone down on just, let's just change the face, change the loft because the launch was in the window, the descent was in the window. It was just the backspin.
So like 2 separate things I would touch on. It's like, if you come and see me, like I want to build that relationship. Like I don't know what your swing looks like. I don't know how good you are. Like this is our first interaction. Right. If you're like, hey, listen, I'm not doing that. And yes, we hear it all the time. Like, I don't usually hit it like this or whatever. But it's like, that's information that I need. Right. So if you're kind of in this fitting and you're trying to like tweak some things and you're not feeling it, like your body's not right. Like it's one of those things where it's like, you can say, hey, listen, we're going to finish this hour session, but we're going to come back. I'm going to come back because like, I don't feel comfortable to what I'm seeing, like regardless of numbers, but like, this is a me thing. This isn't, you could give me any club in the world, but this is a me thing. I'm not striking it like I normally do. Other thing I would like, this is now the fitter side, is I don't want to get too caught up in looking for like a specific target number spin wise, right? Because then you box yourself in, right? If you walked in and said, hey, this 7-iron, and if the fitter says, hey, this 7-iron spinning too much, I want to get it lower. Now as a fitter, you've put yourself in this box where now if I can't get it lower, I've just lost all confidence that this person has in this fitting. Because if I say, hey, you know what, Jason, I like to see your 7-iron at 7,000. Right now you're at 8,000. Let's see if we can get that down. And then you spend 10 or 15 minutes trying to get a number down that you maybe is okay because of launch is good, land angle's good, dispersion's good, right? It's not an end all be all to be my 7-iron's got to be around 7,000. But once you make that decision, now you're chasing, all right, we got to go less loft. Let's go stiffer. Let's go heavier. Let's try all these things. When in reality, if the other stuff is good and it's just spins a little bit different, change the ball. I assume you were hitting off mats inside with hopefully the same golf ball.
Yeah. Actually, it was a Chrome Tour X, which I've used on the course, but yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Like, just even when I struck some well, I was like, that's not what I see when I'm out on the range, like when I feel like I'm striking it well. And so, yeah, it was a tough call, but more importantly, I was more like, okay, the lie angle was still kind of appropriate, which was what I needed to more confirm on. But the bigger one is like, I wanted to kind of, he didn't help me out on that as much. I was thinking what your thoughts are versus the pros and cons of adding plugs or even extending the iron or keep it standard, even if the measurements are still questionable.
So for me, I never want to extend anything ever. Like I'm totally cool with cutting stuff down. But when you put a plug in the back, right, you rip the grip off, you now epoxy a piece of metal in the top of the grip. And so it adds length, swing weight changes, feel could be different because it's just a 2-inch piece of steel. It's just a random piece of metal that all these places use to plug these things. So I personally don't ever like to add length to something that's already been built. I'm totally fine with ordering something a little bit longer, but I don't like to plug stuff that you already have, especially if you're, a good golfer, like you've been playing a long time. Like I'll do it for people that are like beginning, like I'll do it for a guy that's, over 6 feet that bought this random set on Facebook because his buddy plays, so he wants to start. It's like, all right, cool. I'll plug that because like if you're gonna be in it, you'll buy new clubs anyway, kind of that thing. But I won't plug a set that you've been fit for, that you've been playing for a while. Just reshaft it or order something new. But I don't like to add length to anything with a plug.
Yeah, because I'm at a spot where I think kind of because of my back and my posture, I think my stance and just trying to get more comfortable. I'm kind of getting in more upright just because it's harder. And I'm just thinking I might need a little extra length just because now it's just a totally different posture now. But again, I'd rather like come down to you so I was a little bit more comfortable understanding the fitting process a little bit more versus just random, just in the shop guy.
Yeah, I mean, it can be an in the shop guy. It's just someone you have to have a relationship with. Right? I think there's really good fitters everywhere. Right? You can walk into a random big box store and have the best fitting ever, or you can go to a boutique place and have a terrible fitting. Like I think the fitting comes down to the fitter that's in the bay with you and the knowledge that you can kind of bounce back and forth. But it's definitely something like, hey, you can ask those questions, right? If you have an hour appointment and you're just doing irons, you don't really need an hour to fit a set of irons. So it's like, hey, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. Let me know your thoughts. And it's you get 1 hour with a professional to do this, right? Take advantage of that hour and don't just kind of hit balls and look at a screen like, that kind of felt good, but like if it doesn't feel good, be like, hey, I don't like this. It doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good. Like the faster you make those statements, the better your overall experience tends to be, because it's like, oh, okay, we'll take that from you. If you don't like it, I don't care. Fine.
Yeah. And I actually did remember when because you did touch on that before. He brought me some like just random heads just to start. So like, let's see where it's at. I mean, I immediately looked down and I was like, no. And it was like one of the worst. It was one of the most forgiving style new irons that have come out. I hit it the worst. Like I'm just like, this isn't working, and it was gone within like 5 swings.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we want.
Yeah, I think from a consumer standpoint, it's hard to commit to what a fitter puts you in when you didn't swing the club well. I mean, there's a difference in I didn't swing it like I normally do and I swung it terrible. And based on what you've said, Jason, I think you were on the back end of that where you're like, dude, like this was the worst that I've swung a club. So it's hard to commit to, what the fitter even says at that point, because you're like, I don't even know if they got an accurate sample.
Yeah. And I mean, I just know it wasn't like you just know your body, your swing. And like, even when I went out and blew off some first day procedural stuff and did an little mini range session, just because I'm like, I just need to kind of get loose and just feel better. Got some new training aids for the kids. So I was out trying some of those things like that. It's ugly and it's annoying, but it worked for me. That ugly green alien looking connector ball that you keep connected forearms, and like literally within 2 swings, that same club, you could hear the compression. You can see the divot pattern was like clean, and it was flighting into the little breeze like beautifully with just a little baby fade or a baby draw. But it was just, and I'm like, okay, that just kind of reaffirmed, like, I think I'm still good where I'm at. I just need to get on some more mechanical stuff on my side.
Yeah, which is kind of what we talked about a little bit, that your set probably maybe isn't far off of where it should be, where you want it. And it is a lot of just swing stuff. We talked about that last episode. We're going to start doing a chasing or breaking 80 series here with Jason. So it'll be interesting how much of that becomes club conversation with Mike, or how much of it is just technical mechanics with you and me working on the range a little bit.
Hey, do you have a psychiatrist?
I did it for the first
side?
time in June. I broke 80 for the first time ever. In June, I shot like 776.
Nice.
Oh, you broke it by a lot too.
Oh yeah, that was a fun one.
Have you followed it up? Have you even been? Yeah, I guess you really haven't been playing much, have you?
So I haven't touched a club in 3 weeks. I have a 1-day tournament in 6 days.
You'll be fine.
And you have a golf trip in 4 weeks.
Yes. So I'm flying out on Saturday to Baltimore to go play in a tournament on Monday. I haven't touched the club. My golf clubs are still in the bag that I shipped them here with. I haven't even looked at them.
Hopefully they're all together.
Oh yeah, they're all. I did check actually. They're all in there. Nothing's broken. But like I zipped the bag back up and put it in the garage. So now with daycare, without daycare, like when are you gonna go hit balls?
Yeah. Well, you better hit it hard in the next few days, because it's one thing on the tournament, but that golf trip, none of us like playing bad on a golf trip. You're spending how much money to go play 4 or 5 rounds and in a matter of how many days, and no one wants to take their B game to that.
Yeah, so we're playing 3 rounds in 3 days, and it's a month from now. 30 days from now is the first round. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what feel I have, so I haven't played at sea level in a while, so I have no idea where the ball's going, how far it's going.
I guess you got to figure out your yardages again. Michigan is Michigan sea level?
Michigan's close to sea level. Baltimore is close to sea level. Here in Texas, I think I'm at like 11 feet. But in Vegas, we were at 2,800 feet, 2,500 feet.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I forget Vegas has got some elevation to it.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a ton, but you're still probably getting 2-3% distance.
I haven't played a round at sea level. Oh no, I played 4th of July. I played in Virginia. That was my first round at sea level. But it was just, we scrambled. It was fun. It was just playing music, drinking beer. So I need to go to the range to actually figure out how far my 8 iron goes.
Well, dude, I want to talk about the golf trip, but side note, just based on that is, once I get this new set, I'm gonna have to do the same thing. I don't want Buddy. I'm gonna have to go do a gapping session with him, because 1, the combo set, I got to make sure the lofts are somewhat matched. But 2, I don't know what the X1 shaft is going to do. I don't know if it's going to pop the ball up and spin it a little more. I don't know if it's going to be 2 yards less. So I'm with you. And I got our buddy James wants to go play Fields Ranch next week as soon as we get, because we both ordered clubs as soon as we get them. And I'm like, dude, I do not want to go play PGA Fields Ranch as my first round with those clubs before I've even hit them on a range and know relatively what my yardage is. That just doesn't sound fun.
I did that one time. One time I got a new set of clubs. I think it was my very first fitted set. I pulled the wrappers off in the parking lot of the golf course I was playing.
It's always a good one. I think this might go 180. We'll see.
It's fine. It's close enough. I'll just swing easy and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like, so this tournament, the only thought I have is balance, tempo. Like, I'm bringing the girl. I'm dancing with the girl I brought. Like, this is this is what.
That's his. Yep.
So are y'all doing any type of well, no, let's back up. I want you to talk about how you do this golf trip. Because I obviously love it. I've only been once past 2 years. I've either had work or something else come up, so I haven't been able to go. But just explain real quick on how y'all organize this, and then I want to know: are y'all playing any team games in this? What's the format? What are you talking here?
So this will be year 6. We skipped 2020 for COVID. 2019, 2020, whatever year that was, we skipped that year, obviously. So it started with 4 of us. We just decided, hey, we're gonna make a golf trip. However many people we get, it's great, but it's always going to be at least 4. And so we each take a turn planning it. And so it's every year, mid-September, one guy picks a place, plans the whole thing. But this year's the biggest group we'll have 15. And then the smallest group we had was the year you came. We had 8. So that's the smallest group we've had. This will be the biggest group. So it's fun. Like, it's the one thing that I throw on our family calendar that, all right, cool. Once we get the dates for golf trip, we try to set the dates in like January-ish. And then once we get the dates set, they go on my calendar. Like, my wife knows this is the one non-negotiable thing that I put on the calendar. I'm gone for 3 or 4 days, golf trip. So it's really fun. And we try to do different things, like different formats, team stuff, not team stuff. We found that the team stuff, like, we play with teams. Like, we did like hats one year. We've done polos the last 2 years, like team stuff. So, like, we'll take a picture. Half the group will have one shirt, half will have the other. But we never actually do, like, we keep score, but then there's never any like prize or punishment. Because we always get to like Sunday and it's like, oh, we forgot to do this or forgot to do that. But I think this year, what we're going to do is just net Stableford, and then the losing team will buy the winning team beers after our round on Sunday before people leave. An airport beer specifically, because we go straight from the 18th green, locker rooms, shower, straight to the airport beer.
No, that's fun. I told my wife exactly what you just said. You put it on the calendar. It's non-negotiable. I said next year it is non-negotiable. I am going on the trip. I have said I was going to the past 2 years, and things have come up. So I'm jealous. I love the big group. That'd be fun. Be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's great. So last year we did Turning Stone Casino in Syracuse. So it's 3 courses on property in a casino. And then this year we're doing Grand Traverse. So same thing, 3 courses on a resort, and there's a casino like 10 minutes away. So we've kind of worked into like a casino needs to be close by. And then actually the year before you went, we were in Scottsdale, and same thing. We ended up at a casino.
So it's just the year that I went that we decided to go to West Florida during hurricane season.
Yeah.
Or East Florida, PGA National. And I think we played 1.5 total rounds.
Oh,
Sunday was the only day that we played a full round.
Yeah, we got rained out 2 of the days.
And the par 3 course was closed the entire time. So we couldn't even play that while we were there. So that turned into just a lot of dudes hanging out in a room.
Yeah.
Drinking, playing games.
We're trying to give ourselves more options in case stuff like that happens again. So
you win some, you lose some. Yeah. I still had a good time. I mean, obviously I want to go back. So,
and that's the best thing about like the group we have is, so like I planned this year. So like it's stressful one time for me doing this. So for the next 4 years, I just have to show up, take my money and just show up. And then on my year turn, it's like, all right, well, I'm not going to plan this, and this. But that's why we rotate in a group, because we're all, 4 of the 5 of us have at least 2 kids. And the 5th dude we just added to the planning committee this year is married. And I think they're going to start to try to have kids. So it's like, we got stuff going on. Let's not have to do this every year for one guy. Let's rotate it. So this was my year, so it was a little stressful. But for the next 4, it's just take my money and let's go play golf.
So did you hear that apparently, and I have not fact checked this, but apparently Bandon is on a lottery system now. It's like a 2-year out lottery system. Mm-hmm. So like you can't, it used to be like a year out and you just put your deposit in, cool, and move on. But now you have to apply to get a lottery And then if you get the lottery, you can put your deposit and go play.
Wanted
Yeah.
to go. It's like that kind of a process. Oh man.
I think it's now cheaper just to fly to Scotland than to go to
Honestly.
Bandon.
So that is I'll be 36 this year. So 4 years, I will not be going on your trip in September because for my 40th, I'm planning on, as many guys want to come, doing a Scotland, Ireland trip.
You know, I floated that to my wife probably a month ago. I was like, for my 40th, I want to go. I kind of want to go to the UK and play golf. And so I'll turn 40
The year before me. Yeah. So we need to go somewhere between yours and mine. So like I won't be 40 yet. You would have just turned 40. That way we can treat it as both our 40s.
There you
And
go.
Jason will be on AARP by then. So
I'm
there'll
already
probably be a
on it.
discount on airfare.
And I'll get to play from the forward tees.
Age plus handicap has to be over 70 to do that, sir. Or 65, whatever it is.
Wait, isn't it add your handicap plus your age? So I'm well over that.
No, you're not.
Dang it.
Didn't we just talk about this last week where you're like an 11 or 12?
If I play solid, I should be comfortably around 11, 12.
Okay. And you're what? 46?
48.
47? 48.
I'll be 49 in a few
shit.
months.
I mean, I guess you are getting pretty close to that 4T mark.
I mean, we could get some reverse sandbagging going. You could get there.
Yeah.
We don't need to help him out here. Don't need to help him out. He's already good enough. Speaking of, so that the last video, the irons only, I gave him a stroke a hole. Are we doing this? Am I still giving you strokes tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Gosh, I don't know. With the wives putting, I don't know. It can go any way.
Oh, you guys are doing wives putting tomorrow?
Yeah. Doing
Sick.
9 holes, stroke, not match play. We're doing stroke play. And as soon as that ball hits the putting surface, it is all up to the girls.
Well, since we're doing full bag, right? So you definitely got way more length than I do to reach it much easier. So I would say at least a stroke.
Now I'll have to be.
I think you can do a stroke a hole because you're hitting all the shots until you get to the green. And I think you said Casey's an elite mini golf player. So
I think so too.
Okay, first off, she is amazing. We did a putting lesson in the backyard yesterday.
Oh my gosh, you're gearing up.
Tested out a couple putters that we're going to be working with. You know, she used a couple of mine. She used hers. She might use my son's. We don't know. But
oh my gosh,
we had to do a little bit of a putting lesson to figure out what club she was most consistent with. You know, we're gearing up for it. We don't like to lose.
Definitely going to stroke a hole, Jason.
Probably right before the tee time, knowing Miles and how it's going to process here.
Well, it's funny because right before we got on the podcast, we were talking about the babysitter that's coming, and she was like, "Okay, she'll be over here around this time. I don't even know if I can get off." And Jason, I think you heard that. She was like, "Well, what time do we need to be there?" I was like, "Well, are we warming up or not?" If we're not warming up, it's one time. If we are warming up, it's another. So we will see when we actually show up. I'm sure it'll be 10 minutes before tea time, and I will be scrambling to get the camera stuff up and running. But so you're telling me
it's for some content too, huh? This isn't just for couples date night.
No, it's a little bit of both.
Content night, work night, yeah, all of it. It's Shelby's
all the above.
She's like, it's not even on a weekend. We can't even enjoy drinks and have a good dinner after. I'm like, no.
I can 100% enjoy drinks tomorrow. That is not gonna, just because I got to work the next day, it's not gonna stop me from.
That's what I told her. The clubhouse is open.
Clubhouse is open. I can promise you, Casey's gonna have a couple drinks.
Listen, she did make the babysitter, right? You have babysitters. Yeah. It's fine. What's another 45 minutes going to do? Kids are going to be asleep anyway. They're just watching Netflix on your TV.
Yeah, that's all they are. That's what it is. Mine will be sleeping anyways.
So I got home from golf on Sunday, and I had to go over to my buddy's house so we could order the new clubs. And then when I got back, Casey was like, "So we're doing this thing on Wednesday." I was like, "Yeah, we are." She was like, "Well, I need a new golf outfit." It's like, "Of course you do. Of course you do. Yes, let's go."
So she's wearing a golf outfit. Shelby's just going to show up in just shorts and a t-shirt.
So we ended up going and getting her, a little skirt to wear. So, and some top, I don't even know, but
oh my gosh, I got to tell Shelby, Because if she shows up and Casey's in a little cute golf outfit, Chubby's in like a frumpy t-shirt and just Nike shorts, she's gonna be pissed.
No,
that's great.
No. This is date night
That's
for
great.
us. We're going. I told you, we're all in on this. We're all in on this one.
gosh.
So we don't play to lose. Granted, I don't know that I'm beating y'all by 9 strokes is going to be hard. I don't foresee y'all shooting. I mean, you'd have to shoot a 45 plus, and that's if we shot par. Like I just don't see that.
You haven't seen Shelby putt.
It's putting. Putting is going to be very interesting. The lag putting specifically.
I want to know. I want to know if the greens are still
ready to see.
fast. Those greens were fast last time we played, and if they're fast, the girls are going to struggle.
Well,
That's
we got some
not-
good rain,
Or they're
so
gonna be
might have
great.
slowed 'em.
Yeah, or they're going to be amazing. We did get some rain today, so maybe that'll help.
Maybe.
I can't
Looking forward
wait
to
for this to spiral out of control, and they both were like, you know what? I think I want to get some new clubs for next season.
You know, I
They're
joked
like,
with Casey.
no. After the first hole, where's the cart girl?
I joked with her yesterday that she needs to get into golf so we can play together more. And she was like, I don't think you want that. It's like, I mean, I don't know. Kind of sounds fun. Maybe it's just fun in theory, not in practice.
We drew that line very early in our relationship. It was like she came out a couple times and played with me when we were in Pittsburgh. So it was pre-kids, but during COVID in Pennsylvania, golf courses were still open. So it was the only activity you could do outside. And so she was like, well, if you're going to go outside, I want to go outside. And so we played golf a dozen times while we were in Pittsburgh. And then when we moved to Texas the first time, we played a couple times, but it was like, it's way too hot and humid. And then she got pregnant. And then we haven't played golf together since 2022. And she's totally fine being like, go ahead, you do your thing. I'll have my hobby. It's all good. But she played Shadow Creek earlier this year for work.
Ooh, that's a tough track.
Yeah. And then she played one of the golf courses on the strip for work. So she played 2 golf courses she played Shadow. So like most people never be able to do that.
Yeah,
she went and
not at
played
that green fee.
18, then played an emergency 9. So she played 27 holes at Shadow just on a whim. She bought a new outfit for that round. So we were at Superstore the day before, spending a bunch of money on an outfit. And then she went and played Shadow Creek.
Don't know what it is about needing a new outfit just to go play, but there's something to it.
I didn't post it, but because it was so early on, we were doing all this. You know, we went to the PGA store, and Shelby had a shopping cart full of clothes to try on because she needed the outfit for us to go out when we played. And it was fun. I mean, totally low key, just relax. But she definitely got a better appreciation of what we go through mentally, physically, playing for 18 holes.
Yeah. So Casey's never played a full 18. Like, she has gone with me before, and she might have played 3 or 4 holes total. So she's just never been like, I think the thought of playing, she's like, yeah, it sounds good, but it's just not. For her, it's too slow, and I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point in your life, with all the stuff you guys have going on, yeah, but like when Bella's gone and you're like, what do you want to do today? It's like, well, I guess we can go play golf.
When those kids graduate, I fully plan to be a country club member, and I will be playing golf, and I will be that guy that's playing Saturday and Sunday mornings, maybe playing 27. I will play all of the Men's Golf Association events. I will just live at a country club. That is my retirement plan.
You don't have to play
good
Saturday
plan.
and Sundays if you're retired. Retired people need to play Monday through Thursday, and let the people with families and jobs play on Saturday and Sunday. Like, don't you take my Saturday morning tea time?
No,
you don't want to be with
play.
those weekend warriors.
I'm playing 6 days a week. I'm only going to not play when the club is closed on a Monday. And I'm specifically going to take the 7:30, 8 o'clock time that you're going for, and I'm going to play slow.
That's bad golf karma.
I play fast now so that I can play slow when I'm older. I've built up the golf karma.
There you go.
That's not how that works.
I'm going to be that crotchety old man that is just playing slow. And when they're like, hey, can I play? I'm like, no. I earned the ability to play slow. 30 years of golf.
Says the guy who's a head case because he can't tee off first in a competitive situation. Good.
Right.
Good job. Good talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
all right,
see,
we're good.
I could say those things because we all know I can't sit still that long.
Your golf etiquette tips, you decided to just blow that up and be like, you know what? I'm gonna play slow, not let people play through. Tuck
Yeah,
your
I know
shirt in.
everything.
No music.
Everything we've been saying about golf etiquette. Don't listen to me in 50 years.
Okay, well, how about that golf etiquette? The tee box sniper. All right, just jumping in when you're not supposed to.
Is it an official round? So we played this round on Sunday. The guy was like, I don't know, he shot a 7, and he was like, "Well, y'all can go. All of y'all shot better than the 7." I was like, "Dude, it's ready golf. If you're on the tee box, just freaking go." But no, since I'm gonna put Mike on the spot here, since he's trying to give me a hard time. Give us our golf etiquette 101 tip for the week.
Tip of the week. All right. So this will come from, you guys have done like play ready golf, drive to your balls or whatever, right? And I think the bigger thing is maybe one of two things. So I'll say two things, and you could pick whatever one you like better for the week. Is paying attention to pay attention to where your golf ball goes. Like I see so many people will hit a golf ball and it's a bad shot, and then they turn away immediately and then just hope somebody else was looking. It's like, I know you hit a bad shot, but I need you to watch where that goes, because you need to tell us where to look for it. I'm not going to tell you where to look for it. You need to watch your golf ball as soon as you hit it, whether it's a good shot or a bad shot, because you see it all the time. Most people will hit a bad shot and then look down or look up or close their eyes and cuss, right? Like, I know you hit a bad one, but you got to watch where the ball goes. Because I think that's a lot, right? If you're looking for a ball for, and sure, the USG limit is 3 minutes, but like no one's got a timer on it. No one's gonna be like, oh, I think it's over here. It could be over there. It's like, got to pay attention to where your golf ball goes. So that'll be my one thing. Watch your golf ball.
I'm going to add to that, be a good partner and watch your friend's ball, right? I played once with my buddy, and I told him, it was during work day, and this is previous job, and I was able to, it was one of those, I got light meetings, so I'll work from home, quote unquote, and I'll go. And I told him, I was like, hey, I'm gonna have to watch my phone. Like, I'm gonna still have to email, like I'm still technically working, got to turn on Teams so it shows that I'm online, all that fun stuff. This is why work from home is terrible, because people don't actually work from home. And he hit a tee shot on hole 17 left, and I was looking down at my phone. And anyways, we're looking, can't find it. He has to take a drop, and he was playing a decent round. And we got in the cart, and he was like, I know you're busy, but like, it would have been nice to have another set of eyes on that. And part of me wanted to be like, kind of told you what was going to happen. Like, I told you I was going to have to email and answer texts and calls and do this, and you chose to still want to play. But I also still felt bad, because like, that should be a partial responsibility on your playing partners to help, because sometimes you can't track it. So I'll add to that of, to the best of your ability, watch the other people in your group too. It's just the right thing to do.
Yep. Works for me.
Perfect. Well, there's our golf etiquette 101. I love that we're keeping it on pace of play. It's there's a theme here.
Yeah.
Well, what else
I
we
still
have,
hit
guys?
it far enough to lose my ball, so I'm all right.
You got to think, like, pace of play is the thing that most people get frustrated with golf at, right? Like, whether it's you're waiting on every hole, or whether it's your partner who has the kids at home and they're screaming and they're like, you've been gone for 6 hours. It's like, well, I played a 5-hour round and I got to warm up. So it's like, I'm gone for 6.5. It's like, I'm sorry, I can't tell you how long I'm going to be until I'm in it.
No, You're completely correct. It definitely makes the game a little more fun. Well, that's all I had. Unless one of you two have something we wanna get into. That was what I put on.
I mean, I know we've been
here.
bouncing back and forth, and I've got the few samples of t-shirts and hats, but we got the C-ball, hit ball that we're going to put on it. But, we're bouncing around just a couple different names to kind of keep it that caveman or prehistoric theme, so we can have fun with like some of the dialogue with it. So I bounced around 2 names with the fam, and they're back and forth. They're like, some like in one, some like in the other. So first name I'm kind of leaning on is called Flint and Fairway. And then the second is Grunt and Grip Golf, or Grunt and Grip.
I like this. Well, for those listening, add that into the comments. What do you like there? Those are 2 great names. I'd be happy with either, but this is Jason's baby, so help him out, help him pick something. And I'm looking forward to it. Like I said last time, I have no clue. I think you sent me one idea of a proof as probably the inception of you going down this road. So I don't even know if that's still one that you're planning on.
Yeah,
so I know
went down the
nothing
rabbit
about
hole.
this. I have seen nothing on it. So I'm excited. I need some more hats. I burned through them. I'm bald. I wear them every day. So I don't have luscious locks like you two. So I blind people if this thing's off in the sun. So got to wear a hat. So I need you to hurry up and get me some so that I can wear them.
Yeah, I'll put a poll for all 30 followers Instagram on which name is favored.
It's all 30 people that matter.
But I could throw it on TikTok and add comments and stuff. Just kind of, hey guys, looking at some branding name ideas. Which one gravitate to you or like more? I mean, they both sound. One's more like the archaic caveman, but the other one's, I think, to me, Flint and Fairway sounds more polished, but we can still get away with fun like things, kind of like Travis Matthews does. They have their serious line, but then they have their silly stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. Outside of that, we have the girls putting match that'll be released over the next few weeks. So stay tuned for that. I am going to try and get out and do some sort of drills. We've talked about doing that. So just some at-home style drills that anyone can do to kind of better your swing. Stuff that I have my son do when he's feeling lazy and not wanting to get to the range. Once I get the new clubs, we'll definitely show those off. But other than that, I don't have anything else. So
yeah,
Mikey?
Next time I see you, I'll have tournament results, and we can dissect that if we want and see where that goes.
Nice.
Looking forward to that. I
need to go unpack my golf clubs.
Yeah, get out there to the range. Well, as always, everyone, thank you for listening. Give us a like and follow. Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all under the Scrambling Dads handles. scramblingdads@gmail.com. And we'll see y'all next week.
See you on the next tee. See you tomorrow.
See you.